I think that's worked. Hey Vic, let me know. Guys on YouTube, can you hear me? Hey Cyprian, just let me know if you can hear on YouTube, guys. Uh, YouTube, just let me know, please. Simon, yeah, sounds all good. Okay, fantastic. Dan, can hear now on YouTube. Took a look. Amazing. Right, okay, superb. So let's have a look what's going on. I'm just going to remove all drawings from gold and charts. So I like gold long right now. Similar kind of scenario to yesterday. Markets come down, created support. Uh, we had a nice wick down. This candle did actually generate 12 pips, so it hit a TP and break even. But I quite like anything above where we currently sit right now. So happy to re-enter, put a re-entry above this previous hourly candle's high. Run in, fill that wick, and I would expect us maybe to run in towards 33.74. So as US markets come in, um, I'm expecting volume to push price through uh, those highs and continue to the upside. That's what I'm thinking will happen. Now, if you have orders running or you don't like it, that's personal preference. But that's what I'm thinking right now. We've got comics coming in like 20 minutes. Let me just check. I'm sure there's no scheduled news, but just in case something else has arisen over the last hour or so. Where are we? Forex Factory. Here we go. Yeah, no major news scheduled. No medium news scheduled either, actually. Let's go back to investing live, see if anything is going to pop up there. So, uh, Naeem, Rodrigo, how we doing? Sorry, I don't don't know that name. If this is your first time to the live stream, guys, just let me know. Investing live, okay, there's nothing there. USMBA, no, nothing. Uh, yeah, there's nothing really of any significant interest uh, today. Frame drops, let's just sort that out. I seem to be having. Okay, one. So I'm like, okay, so we had a trade on pound yen earlier. Um, Looked fantastic for all love and money. Looked superb. Um, this is probably going to be a stop out. Now, what would be the thought process and why I would look to trade it? Well, we see structure was here. Hourly candle broke and closed above. Next candle wick down. We broke the highs. Then we respected the level. So ultimately, this is something that I was very much very bullish about, even though we've got rate cut potentials tomorrow coming from Bank of England. That's already going to be priced into the market. So it's not something that I really care too much about the fact that the market is factoring in a rate cut tomorrow. From a technical perspective, this is something that I really, really like, something that I took, and I told all members, this is something I'm taking. I like it. Stops still remain underneath this support level here. Um, so yeah, I'm fully invested in this trade, and I'm happy to give it the room that it needs to move higher. Um, any any kind of scenario that is of interest. Gold longs, like I said, if we break its own high, um, But yeah, we're gonna sit tight for, well, 10 minutes. We'll probably see in 10 minutes time, just ahead of I think that's the best play with gold now would be wait for a close above 33.66. Wait for a close above 33.66. Yep. Any close above here, then we've got free reign up into this area. So that, oops, where has it gone? There we go. So that's what I'm going to look for. We're going to wait for a close above on this 33.66. This area we're going to leave off as no trade range. Any questions? So gold longs, so buy, oh shit. We're going to go for buys, buys above 33.66. That's if we get a close above this zone. Um, yeah, exactly that. Time frame, Greg, this is 15 minutes. So we're looking for close above that time frame. Where's YouTube? Has it crashed? Did you have an order on gold? Not yet, no. Oh, what's going on? Open Studio. Uh, hey guys. Oh, it's okay. I'm just getting an error message on YouTube, but I've had one that hit TP on gold. Looking for entry already in. Yeah, so gold we've already hit. Now we're just waiting for another potential entry. So we're going to look on close above 3366 and then we'll look for a wick down. Those of you that want to use momentum entries, well, then you could look above the high of the previous hourly candle. Anything that takes out that, we should have a free run up in towards 33.74, which we're talking 80 pip range here. So how would I define whether to take momentum entry or whether you sit on the sidelines? Well, I think in this instance, I'd sit on the sidelines until you get a close above. Momentum entries, yeah, you'll probably find it'll come in. Momentum entries are usually happening around market opens. So obviously right now you've got COMEX coming in. We could also see a sell below 33.58. Volume could take price below that price point, and we could see a significant move lower down towards here. So what's that? 33.51. So there's potential 70 pips up for grabs below here. Yeah, just over 70. Uh, Vivi, a I'm just Walter. Is it Walter? Good afternoon. Simon, Chris, Dan, Commander in Chief, Nick. Uh, Lots of familiar faces in today. Vivi, welcome back. Not seen you for a while. But yeah, just looking for opportunities now, gold. We are seeing some strange movements, I would say, considering the outlook on the market and what came out of not the Fed, but out of what was his name, Besant yesterday, where they're going to do an internal review on um, the way that the Fed conducts its business, looking at the renovation that has gone 500% over budget. So there's going to be interesting viewpoints coming out of that, and what happens there, we've no idea. We can only trade what we see. So if we think about our setups, what can we look for from our setups? So essentially, we're going to be looking breakout long to the upside and breakout short to the downside. So let's go to our breakout long. Why did that not work? Whenever I come on live stream, it doesn't. Fucking hell. Is enough to drive me mad, this. I swear it must be something to do with whenever I decide to come on live stream. Ah, there we go. So breakout long rules for the 80 pip range. And then we've got our, what is it, 70 pip range down here. 70 pip range. So we're going to look for breakout shorts. We'll put the rules on the table. You can see it. I don't understand why it's so freaking temperamental. There we go. Finally. All right. So there you can go. This is what we're looking for, guys. For those of you that are new, price action trader, looking for breakouts, false breakouts, continuation trades. In this instance, were predominant move. Today's, let's say, market trend is to the downside, but we've seen support come in, we've seen buyers come in, create an uprange candle, and that longer time frame is to the upside. So I'm more interested to trade with a bias to the upside. Let's just say hello, hello, hello. Right. So I'm more interested on a trade to the upside. So that's my preference. Again, it doesn't mean it's going to pan out, but that's what I'm potentially looking for. Um, I will trade to the short side and I will trade to the long side. These are the rules that I need to see. So if I'm looking to trade long, I want to see resistance. Do we see resistance? Yes, this is based off lower time frame. We can see resistance is formed here. How do we know? We've got a bullish candle, bearish candle. Next candle takes out the lows. So that's resistance formed. Then we're looking for clear space to the left-hand side. So let's look to the left of this. If we get a candle closure above there, if we look left, do we have clear candle space? What does clear candle space look like? It is large bodied candles with no wicks, meaning you're just seeing big bodies to trade into and no small bodies. Someone's saying, I'm in pound yen. Where should I place my stop loss? Just place it underneath the main hourly stop, which is going to be getting close. So here would be where I would say, because this is the candle that broke out. So this is the candle that you want the market to respect. Um, that's where I'd be looking. Let that one just pan out. So underneath this candle is where stops, in my opinion, should be. I've left it here purposely because I didn't think it'd just run off straight away. I was waiting for US money to come in and take it, but you never know. This could be a stop out. Um, we shall see. What were we looking at? Gold. So yes. So do we see clear space? And the answer is yes. So all we have to do now is just wait for the candle to close above that range. Once we see it close above that range, we know that everything else is there for us to take advantage of the setup. So the only thing we need to do once it's closed above is wait for a wick down. When it wicks down, we're going to look to buy the high of that candle. So again, it's a waiting process. Once we've got all the ingredients there, then we can look to take the trade. Farrentil, Farringdon, yeah, listen, one thing I would say is when you're talking about if you're already in the trade and you're not sure where to place a stop loss, that's something that you need to massively avoid doing, okay? And this is everyone here, right? If you're placing trades and you don't know where your stop loss should be, then please, guys, don't even place any trades, okay? Do not place any trades, yeah, because that is just one surefire way to get your ass burnt. Um, okay, so give us a clue. How many people are new to the live stream? How many people are new to this live stream? If you are, I'm just going to run through some house rules in a minute. If you're new, just let me know. Just say yeah. Hey, Trolley, welcome back. Trolley happy. Okay, so house rules. price action trader, I don't talk about ICT, I don't talk about smart money concepts, I don't talk about fair value gaps, I don't talk about order blocks or orbs, anything else like that, I don't talk about it. So if you are looking for information on that, then please do find another channel. I will talk about price actions, candles, how the market can potentially move based on lower time frame structure, and then we'll look to take advantage of it. It's that simple. A simple analogy that I like to use is the way I use price action is we think of a bow and arrow. As we pull the bow back, we let go, it fires the arrow forward. So all of my entry techniques are based around if I'm buying, the next candle has to move lower first before we buy. Okay, so we've got 9 minutes until comics fires in. Could we see a flip on the gold chart, which means will we flip bullish? Who knows? But we're going to wait and see. Uh, Motivation quotes, good afternoon. Mike, 100x, good afternoon. So, uh, so yeah, if you are, yes, I did wave. What was that? Okay, guys, we're just waiting for the markets to play out. Preference here, like I say, is gold longs, um, pound yen, 196.35. That's obviously not panning out too well for the breakout traders. But look, this is part and parcel. We're never going to win them all, and we're not going to lose them all. So you've probably got about 3 or 4 pips left of your stop on this one. Maybe stop 34, so maybe 32. So you got, I don't know, yeah, about 4 pips left, there or thereabouts, before it's going to get pinged. Gold, we're going to see if we can get the flip. This would be if the market can flip bullish here, then we're going to get a trading opportunity on gold long. Now, obviously, if we think about a safe haven asset, if indexes are going to drop, I mean, that's something. So let's just have a look. Yen is flat on the day. Pound is flat on the day. So what's driving it at the minute? So yen's been strengthening it over the last what 2.5 hours. So that's what's pulling pound yen down. Pound isn't doing anything. It's moving higher slightly, but I think if the Nasdaq, I think if Nasdaq pops higher, you'll see pound yen fly. That's going to be detrimental to gold potentially as well. So if the Nasdaq pops through this area, because this is where I'm interested in the Nasdaq, I'd be interested in Nasdaq long above 23,140. But one thing I always say as well, these bloody summer months, they create some very unusual movements. Nasdaq breakout buys. So it's not the time to be just jumping in the market and just trading at will. Yeah. Okay. Gold, we're potentially about to get the flip. So if gold flips bullish, we're going to be looking to buy this market, guys. I'm going to be looking to buy this market. Got 5 minutes. Uh, okay, let's see if gold flips bullish. very quiet on YouTube. Oh, Simon, please can you look at the DAX? Sorry, mate. Let's have a look. What were you thinking on? Let me get rid of the BPC setup. DAX. Okay, so DAX daily. If anything, I'm thinking sells on the DAX. And this is what I was trying to highlight yesterday, based on the fact that market. Remember what I said yesterday about how bearish last week was? When we looked at how bearish last week was, and this week the market basically just started from the lows and just popped up. So I was saying that based on last week, I was kind of looking for the DAX to create some resistance to then trade back to the downside. So if we go to daily, we see the market, big strong day Monday, little bit of a weak day yesterday, but price moved higher with a small body. Today, we're creating another uprange candle, but yet remember the day is still live. The day is still live, so anything can happen today. It could close lower, it could move higher, we don't know. But it's forming what I'd be interested in selling. So let's look at the 4 hour. So 4 hour, we can see we've had big strong rejection, then we failed to break the low of that outside candle. Market pushed higher, created a new high. We've had another strong move lower, back into our support area. Just watching gold because gold's getting interesting. Um, okay. H1. Now, if we look at the support level here on the DAX, if we get through there, we're just trading back into noise. So the only areas this predefined support level I'd already put in, which is down here at 23,700. Do that thing where you got your screen on top, then your camera on the bottom. You prefer that? Who prefers it as the full screen and who prefers it as I'll go back to that again. So who prefers it as a full screen like this, or who prefers it as a split screen on TikTok? I would have thought it was better as a full screen, right? So you can see the actual screen as opposed to seeing my old grey beard. Hi, Ellie. And yeah, what split screen's better? Which one's better, guys? Split. Where do I do that? Scene layout, full screen, screen sharing, blank. I might have to do it. Oh shit. What did I just do? Ha! I've killed it, guys. Fuck's sake. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'll work it out for split screen next time. But I'm not gonna do it while we're on live stream now, cause yeah, Rob, that's not happening. Dan, I don't see any space until 23,697. Yeah, exactly, Dan. We're not trading until we get below 23,697. So sells below 23,697. 8 on this data. Buys are going to be above 24,105. I will come back to whoever asked about gold at 3336 in a minute. Why would anyone not want a full screen? The software, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe if I was some kind of supermodel, then I could understand it. But unfortunately, I'm a middle-aged Yorkshireman with a grey beard. So unless that's your thing, guys, I'll go back to a split screen. um, Rob, it's not happening. You know me, Stephen. Uh, I'll I'll throw it out there. I'll keep trying to get some bait, but my God, can't get it. Can't get it. I couldn't grab a compliment if I bought one. Lovely jubbly. Just got some fan Bellissima. Right, okay, guys. Did you say there was news today? I couldn't see anything. No, there's absolutely zero news today, and it's summer month. So guess what's happening? Absolutely bugger all. Yeah, we had the best trade today was this one that we sent out in the members. Typical breakout trade. This is a superb breakout trade. So this is if you want to find a textbook breakout trade, this is what it looks like. So here's your support level. To the left-hand side, we've got clear space. This candle here broke out, closed below. The next candle wicked up, you sell below the low, and we got 30 odd pips out of it. Now, look, what I'm going to do is let's just get rid of this box here for now, and I just want to share with you how textbook this was. So look, it's this bit here, and this is where you kind of when you put them in your in courses and you go through the just feels more human with a split screen. Oh, okay. What about here you go. There you go. Just in case you're missing me, guys. I'll make myself a little bit bigger. Um, so if you look at this and then let me bring in not this one. There you go. Up. Sorry, I'm having one of those days with did I just where's it gone? So if you look at this, look at exactly what happened. Isn't this basically a downrange double top or megaphone? Dan, don't talk any of that long. We don't talk like that in this stream. Um, I understand where people get all that information from, like your traditional chartists. So double tops, megaphones. Yeah, I understand why people say it, but it just adds a layer of confusion, right? I like to keep things very, very simple. And this, I'm not trying to be detrimental or condescending to anyone. I like to keep things very, very simple. So one line, one bit of price action, wick down, buy. One line, break below, wick up, sell below. I try to keep things as simple as possible so that you and myself can be as consistent as there possibly you can't be any more consistent if something is so simple to do that it's hard not to repeat, right? So the only thing you need to look for outside of this little setup where you've got the support level, it breaks down, it pushes up and it breaks the lows is you just need to look left. And has the market got clear space? If it's got clear space, then we trade into. And look, this is exactly what happened. Support, break below, wick up, sell the lows. Yep, look, this bit of a pullback here, this bullish candle, this is what stopped us out. But guess what? in theory, there was kind of another setup here. Now, the only reason I didn't take this is because this candle here didn't wick up. It just went straight down. So if you look here, let's just drop in new support level. So there's the new support. Next candle broke and closed below, but then the next candle didn't wick up. It just drove straight lower. So that's why I didn't take that one. Okay, so it's a simple, repeatable process. Main thing is just identifying where you've got clear levels to trade to and from. So this area, look at all these bottom wicks here. I don't want to get caught in trading um, any of this nonsense here, because if the market moves down, yeah, it could move down here, and guess what? We could probably find buyers here, and it could push price back up, or it comes down here and just pops through the support level. I've no idea. Okay, so ultimately what I'm trying to find is where do we have clear range? So if we get a close above this level, I've got this nice big, let's get rid of that, don't need that there anymore. I've got this nice big bearish candle body to work within. If the market's going to get above this area, I suspect it could just run straight up in towards 33.73. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those nice little ranges. Hey, gold trader, how you doing? I'm looking for those nice ranges to trade into. And again, if we break below here, look to the left. This is where we had our buyers yesterday. Look at the size of that candle. That's just clear traffic. So if we get below here, we could probably run down to 33.50 again, which is going to be another 80, 70 pip move down here. So it's just about being patient and waiting for the market to come to you. Don't chase the market, wait for it to come to you. Any questions today, guys, while we're waiting for this boring data unravel? What's this? Daily ranking. Learn. You topic couldn't be changed. Okay, no worries. Yeah, sorry. Uh, isn't this basically why is everyone date was sorry guys, I got something popping up from TikTok. Okay, nothing significant. I just thought I was help me reach the right. Sorry guys, I'm not quite sure what's just I'm just having a few tech issues. Um, yeah, so listen, nothing's exciting for me at the minute. Nothing is exciting. I don't see any trades. Uh, the DAX, we just need to wait for it to unfold. Um, and I'm just gonna wait. This is it's just too messy, too messy. So the best thing you can do is just sit on the sidelines and we have traded across these prices so many times. It's a crab, it's a crapshoot. Yeah, mate, it's just the whole thing's just and but this is summer months. These are things you have to get used to. Um, the hardest bit, and this is where retail traders will struggle because you feel like because you've got a trading account, because you've got money in your trading account, um, you feel like you have to trade. So one thing that you want to make sure is that when you are in these positions, you know the best thing to do, which is just sit on the sidelines until the market gives you the clear indication of what you want to do, whether that's buy or sell. I'm looking to buy 33.30, sell 33.80. Okay, I'm gonna. Alton, good afternoon, welcome. Euro dollar above 116.12. Let's have a look. I don't look at these. I don't look at this market, but yeah, anywhere above here. Yeah, euro dollar's got loads of room now to potentially run to the upside. So yeah, I think if you were to look at this, you've got a mini resistance level at 1612, 1611. So if you get a close above there, then yeah, we're looking at buys. But yeah, it's not a market I trade, but there's loads of clear space. I think there's about 180 points if I'm not mistaken, Dan. So yeah, loads of upside on euro dollar. Right, so what's this just popped up? Updates in 15 hours and 8 minutes. Majid has got 1.1 million people on his live stream. All right, guys, what are we doing wrong here? We've got 378 likes and 30 people on the live stream. Oh dear, I guess we're just maybe we need to turn it to the naked trader. Maybe that's where we get more viewers. Not quite in the physique I used to be, so I think that one will be. Uh, so yeah, does anyone know the reason why I started Trade and Train and why I called it Trade and Train initially? Does anyone know? That is not happening, Dan. So anyone got any ideas why I called it Trade and Train initially? Mateen, good afternoon. So many years ago, when I was a young, did you trade on your commute? Ah, like it. Many years ago, when I was a young, strapping athlete, which I wasn't at the time. So I was 37, going back to 2017, and I decided that the most disciplined people I knew or that were in the world were men's physique and bodybuilders. Not men's, sorry, were physique competitors and bodybuilders. So at the youthful age of 37, I decided to take it upon myself to get involved in men's physique competitions. So what happened was I got myself a coach that had competed. I got myself a nutritionist, and I got myself into a condition that was stage worthy to try and promote trading within that circle. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out. But what it did prove to me is when I set my mind to something, I am very, very disciplined. If I set my mind to a goal, I can achieve it. And I don't think I'm any different to anyone else. I just think that most people are too scared to hold themselves accountable. So, how many of you would like to achieve something before the end of this year? So, let's say, I don't know, everyone's here is right. We're on, everyone here is on what? Uh, a funded account or a live account? If you're on a funded account, have you ever had a payout? The reason I'm talking like this is because I'm just waiting for gold to move. So, have you ever had a payout? And if the answer is no, there you go, Simon. Right. Simon has just committed to get a payout before the end of the year on YouTube. So what I like from people is where they out themselves in front of people. So what did I do? I announced on social media that I was going to go and do not I was going to compete in men's physique. I announced it on social media. And I announced that I was going to lose. My first thing that I announced on social media was I'm going to lose 5% body fat in 8 weeks. Okay? So what was good about that goal? Guys, I want some ideas. What was good about that goal? So I said I was going to lose 5% body fat in 8 weeks. Tell me some things that were good about that goal. Go on, tell me what was good about that goal. 5% body fat in 8 weeks. Whether I did it or I didn't do it, it's different matter. But ooh, there's smart. Um, I like it. Specific, measurable, realistic, and time. What is it? What's the other one? Is it smart goals? What is it? Specific, measurable, realistic, time. What's the A? I forgot what the A is. There's one word in the in the smart. Achievable. Okay. So there's one thing I don't like in smart. Do you know what it is? There's one of the letters in smart that I don't like. Anyone know what the letter is that I don't like? No, no, time is a must. So that if you're setting a goal, the things that you need is it needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable. Okay? It needs so specific, measurable, and it needs time because time is what's going to hold you accountable. One that I don't like is R for realistic. I don't, hey, good afternoon, Narinda. I don't like realistic because what the hell is realistic? Realistic is what we've been told or what's being put over our heads. Yeah. Would it have been realistic for someone to create an aeroplane? However many tons of metal or aluminium to get in the sky and fly. You know, as soon as you start saying realistic, awesome, what happens is we naturally downgrade our achievements. We naturally say, oh, well, it's all right if we don't do this because that's not realistic. How about realistic just does one? Yeah. So I don't like realistic. Get rid of realistic and then everything else outside of that. Can you please check GJ for me? Yeah, I like GJ. I'm still in it by a thread. So, but it needs to get back above here. So stops with 2 pips below this candle. Um, we have buys above here, but look, we see what happens. Um, I'm just waiting for gold to pop higher. That is what I'm waiting for. So guys, if you're going to set a goal, I want you to do it where there's no backing down. It's 100% commitment. And that's where social media does come in quite handy for a lot of people. You know, I'll do it in my members group. If I'm going to go for a run, and then let's say I only want to do 7 or 8K or whatever it is, if I want to do 10K, I'll always add to it. And I'll tell my members that I'm off for a run. And the reason I tell them I'm off for a run and how far I'm going to do is because it means I have to do it. So if you think about Tony Robbins, he'll always say, if you want to take the island, then you burn the boats. So you arrive by the boat. Now you want to have a war with whoever owns that island or controls it. You want to take that island, you want to take control of the island, you burn the boats, you destroy the boats. That means there's no turning back. You can't get on the island and go half-hearted. So, interesting story for those of you that don't know me. Going back to 2010, I was working selling cars in the north of England, and I was on a monthly income of £1,400. Yes, £1,400 a month. That was my income. And I moved to London in 2010, back end of 2010, where my mortgage up north was £256. Yes, a massive £256 a month. To then go and rent a bedroom in London that wasn't big enough to swing a cat round in. It didn't have a wardrobe. It didn't have anything, just a single bed. And I was paying £650 a month for that. And I was like, how on earth am I paying £650 for a tiny little room when I had a two-bed, two-bathroom flat up north that I was paying just under £300 for? It just did not make sense. So, what did I do? I moved to London to surround myself with traders, get to know traders. So that was me burning my boats. Yes, it was a bold move. Yes, it was probably stupid, but it meant I had to make it work. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So gold, we've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Potential, potential. Let's see what happens. 2 o'clock, what's going to happen? Can we get a trade? Billion bottled, buys above 366 makes no sense. There's still obs above. Oh man. Oh, you obviously didn't hear. I don't talk about ARBs, order blocks, none of that nonsense. So if you want to talk about that, mate, you're in the wrong channel. And we'll see. So buys above 336. Well, that would have been 20 pips. So I guess order blocks aren't working that well right now. But we'll see. Right, let's see if we can get that filled. We've got 4.5 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Sorry, guys. 5 minutes. And oh, it's music to my ears. 3371.5 is probably a sell for a pullback. Well, we'll just wait and see. I, I'm going to look for buys if it doesn't shoot off. If it closes anywhere here, I'm going to look for buy. As long as we get a wick down, I'll be lovely. You're not at your screens and no positions. No worries, mate. No worries. Well, good news is you can't lose money. Okay, you can't make money, but that's not a problem. I would all, Dan, I told you. On the flip, easy. But we're just going to wait. Close above. And then we will be looking for potential buys. Let's have a look. DAX, nothing on DAX. NASDAQ, I'm not going to do anything unless we get above here. So buys above 23,139. Top. Sells I'm going to stay away from for now. I guess that one didn't work too well. Right. So as it stands, guys, we have this stream is a lot quieter than it used to be. Ever since I had those tech issues, I swear TikTok have been awkward with me. Oh, lovely. See if we can close above. If we can close above, next candle, if we wick down, potential for a flip entry, depending how big the wick is. If it closes like that, as long as the next candle pulls right back into this zone, we'll look for a flip. If not, we're going to buy the break of the high. Right. Guys, how many of you do your own live streams on TikTok? Do you know how I can play music? Because I kind of don't know how to without getting banned. The fuck? Turn off live markup now. Says if anyone highlight. Mobile preview, sound effects, awkward, cheer, drum clap. Okay, no. So we've got sound effects, but no music. 2 minutes to go, guys. Maybe we should have just held on to this one. But once it broke those lows, took out the highs, coming into candle close, moving really, really well. But never mind. Not cost us any money. That's the main thing, guys. The main thing is just staying disciplined, yeah? What are we trading? I'm going to be looking for buys on gold. I'm going to be looking for buys on gold if we stay like this. So yeah, we've got to wait 10 seconds. And then if the market is the S&P 500 still solid, do you want to rephrase that one for me, bud? All right, so we're just waiting for a wick down. If we get a wick down, we'll be a buyer. No wick down, we don't do anything. Evie, where do you think it will sell to? I don't care. I'm buying if it breaks the high after it's had a wick down. But it doesn't look like it's going to wick down. It's still pushing higher. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Gold Trader. I was expecting a lot more dollar weakness that hasn't materialized, but it's not cost me anything, so I don't mind. So I'm curious as to I just want to check something quickly. Uh, I always like the random comments. Then I just like to go and have a little check. Yeah. See, it's very easy to stand on the sidelines and say the market's going here and there and everywhere. But one thing I would say is, you know what? If you're confident in your approach and you're confident to analyze and you're confident to trade in front of people, not just sit on the sidelines and be the sit at home manager. However many people watch football, any kind of sport, and they're sitting in the garden or they're sitting in the lounge screaming, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? They have to remember that person that is doing it live on TV has been paid to be put in that position because they're very good at it and they've trained to get there. Now, I'm not saying that about myself here, but I'm confident enough to trade in front of however many people turn up on a daily basis. And I won't sit on the sidelines of anyone else's live stream saying, oh, it's going to do this, going to do that. Yeah. Um, so when you are confident in your own ability, guess what? What you'll do is do live streams, guys, rather than jumping on other people's and saying where it's going to go with 100% commitment. That's truth. So look, this one's just breaking the highs, so I'm not in the trade. Um, message. Why was this rejected? Uh, Jez, are you on the live stream? So I don't have to talk. Can I just tell you? Jez, Will, are you on TikTok or YouTube? So look, guys. Anyway, this buys above 33.66. Well, you can see what's happened. We're 40 pips up if you'd have taken it. Um, but um, Gold Trader, I'm not actually referring to you, mate. You're always very diplomatic and honest with your comments. It's just some of the people that always like to jump in and say X, Y, or Z. So, Jez, if you're on live stream, it's because you have not selected the right. You need to select the symbol that says ECN. You're on an ECN account, mate, so you need to make sure you've selected that in the market watch. Boring. Yep. Pound yen. We've also got Bank of England interest rates tomorrow, which, to be fair, I would have thought would have been priced in already. Um, who knows? When you realize the value of coaching, one-to-one training and education is priceless. Thank you. uh, Gold trader, I listen. I've dealt the haters. I'm used to now. I used to get really riled by it, but it's quite simple. That's why I don't advertise anymore. I used to advertise, but oh, it's just not worth it. The amount of keyboard warriors that just want to send shit for no reason, and then it annoys you. So Pong requested to join as a guest. Sorry, Pong, I don't bring guests in and I don't act as a live co-host anywhere. I don't mind doing it when it's not on stream, but yeah. So yeah, the haters, it, I've got thick skin now. I used to react, not so much. I'm sure there's days where I do react when I'm feeling emotional. Um, but yeah, guys, I think today's going to be a non-event, to tell you the truth. There was only the one trade that I wanted to get, which, to be fair, I did say looking at the flip here, but it just didn't pan out. We got a close above, um, but no wick down here, so didn't buy as it broke the highs, even though we could potentially have had 20, 30 pips out of it. Didn't meet my rules, so no setup. So pound yen now for any sort of moves for me will be, let's just bring that across here. I'd need to see a close above here, 96.60. Do you know what, guys? I don't think there's any, I don't think there's anything really worth trading. The only trade I wanted was this one, and it's been and done. So I'm not going to get a trade out of this market now. So, guys, let's call it a day. I apologize that we've not had any trades, but I don't think there's any point in me sticking around today. There's nothing that's remotely close to setting up. So I'm going to nip it in the bud and I'll come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I go to Turbo Trades live stream. I like him, and the hate he gets some days is shocking. Turbo Trades, okay. I'll have a look for it. Never seen him. All right, guys, have a great day. 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be back. All right, bye bye. Bye, team. No, I didn't buy. It didn't give me a setup. Cheers, Stephen. Take care. Guys on YouTube, catch you. What day is it? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yeah. So, members, I'll see you at 7 a.m. Everyone else, I'll see you at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye bye.